The secret sauce has to do with both respect and manifesting. If you can respect yourself and respect who you are and respect your decisions, you are going to go super far when it comes to manifesting. If you don't have that, if you don't add in the respect piece to this, you will fall apart. And here's why. I'm going to break it down for you, and I'm going to use an example of something that just happened to me. Now, I also want to tell you how I come up with the ideas for these themes in these videos and what I talk about, because I'd love to have you be a part of what that's like for me. It's not me sitting like a year ahead and planning out my whole year, which might sound silly, but that's a very me thing to do, okay? So I don't plan out every month of videos, and I don't plan out the months a year ahead of time. I pay attention to what you're looking for, and I ask my angels. So I always do a meditation, and I say, what do I need to bring? What do I need to deliver? And it's always a lesson for me too, okay? So the thing I needed to deliver and talk about was respect. So I've been, okay, cool, let's talk about respect, let's get through this. And then what happens is that the angels and the universe send me all of these situations in my own life that drive the point home for me that I can then share with you. That is like the coolest thing ever, I really have to say to you. So I want to share with you this experience that I just had that really drives this point home, okay? When I saw this, I was like, oh, that it's the secret sauce is the answer to the question I was just asked, okay? So first, let me tell you what the secret sauce ingredient is. The secret sauce ingredient is making a decision. When you go to manifest something, when you say, I want more, I want better, I want bigger, I want different, when you choose that thing, you set that goal, I'm going to manifest this into my life. If you have to show up every day, every challenge, every minute, every hour, and you have to make the decision every single time, am I going to fight for this today? Am I going to work towards this today? Am I going to do everything in line with this today? Or am I going to give up today? If you have to do that every single time, you will fail. You will not make it to the finish line, because that is too much work for your brain. Fear will win, okay? The reason that you do that, the reason that you don't just like make the decision once, the reason you have to decide every single time is because you lack respect for your own decisions, okay? Stay with me. If you decide, I want to do this, I want to get this, I want this more, I want this bigger, I want this better, I want this different, and you say, I'm making the decision right now that I'm going to get that, I'm going to do that, that's going to become a part of my life, I'm making that decision right now, decision made, boop. You don't have to do it every time. You already made the decision, and if you respect yourself and you respect your decisions enough, you don't have to think about it. You have to think about what actions am I going to take in line with it, but you're not deciding every single time, every single day, every single minute, every time some challenge blows up in your face, every time you go towards something and you feel like you failed. That's not telling you you're not going to do it, because you already decided to do it. It's just not going to work that way, okay? Let me give you an example. This is what just happened to me that really was like, oh, there's my secret sauce in action, okay? I made the decision a couple of weeks ago, 5 weeks ago, that I wanted to be able to run in a 5K. Like, I want to run in a 5K. I've never done it. A lot of athletic things come really easy to me, and running, like long distance running, is not one of them. I struggle, have always struggled with that. That's not something I'm good at. And I'm married to a person who that's like so easy for, like annoyingly easy for, okay? I don't have that natural skill, okay? And I always wanted to tackle that. And the reason I picked that is because I knew it was hard for me. I knew that in the past I had tried and not stuck with it. And I knew that the whole entire time I was working towards it, my brain was going to try to tell me I couldn't do it. And I wanted to experience something where 3 days a week, I committed to beating my brain at its own game. Like, oh, you think I can't do it? Watch me, all right? And I'm not doing that to have some kind of battle with myself. I'm doing that to collect evidence that I can set a goal and I can do something that I don't already know how to do. I can learn, I can build, I can do better, Okay, so I made the decision 5 weeks ago that I was going to be able to run in a 5K. I was going to do it. I'm going to run in a 5K, and I'm going to do it in the spring. Okay, so I made that decision. 2 other people I know also made that decision around the same time as me. All right, and we shared in that decision. We thought maybe we'd do it together. Okay, so I saw one of the other women who made that, who said, I'm going to run in a 5K in the spring too. And I said, oh, how's it going? How's it going with the running? So I got an app that I run 3 days a week, and it increases my time, and it's difficult, but I made the decision to run 3 days a week. So I run 3 days a week. If I don't feel good, if I have too much to do, if my body hurts, I still do it because I made the decision. Okay. This woman said, oh no, I have too much going on. I couldn't stick with it. It was really hard. I was tired, and it took up time, and no, I'm just not doing it anymore. And I was like, oh, I totally get that. I totally understand. And she's like, but you're still doing it? And I said, yeah, oh yeah, I'm still doing it. And she's like, aren't you really busy? I'm like, oh yeah. And she's like, oh, good for you. And there was this, like, you know when someone says good for you in a way that you know that they mean screw you? Okay? So that's what she said. So then I saw the other person the other woman who was going to do the same thing. She stopped as well. And she said, what do you think it is that makes it so you can do it, but made it so the 2 of us couldn't do it? The 2 of us failed. We didn't continue to do it. What do you think that is? And I knew the answer immediately. It was the secret sauce. I didn't decide each time I had to run that I was going to run. Monday, Wednesday, Friday is usually when I run. Okay, so this week I couldn't run one of the days, so I ran a different day. All right, but for the most part, that's always what I do. Okay, I run 3 days a week, and it's Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and if I can't run one of those days, I pick either the Tuesday or Thursday, and I run that day, and I do it in the morning after the bus comes. So that was my decision. I don't decide every Monday morning, Wednesday morning, Friday morning if I'm going to run or not. I already made the decision I was going to do it. So now everything that I do, every action step is just in line with it. I'm not fighting my brain over it every time. Those 2 women were, and that's why they lost. Okay, so every time my knee hurt, and every time I had shin splints, and every time I woke up with a stomach ache, and every time I had way too much to get done and didn't have time to do it, every single time that happened, I didn't fight the battle. I just showed up because I had already decided that I was going to run in that 5K and that this was my plan and I was going to carry it out to be able to do it. Do you see the difference? I made the decision once, and I respected my decision, and I respect myself enough to stick with my decisions. And it's not because I'm stronger or I'm smarter or I'm a better runner or just because I'm an overachiever. I am an overachiever, but that's not the reason. The reason is because I did something for myself. I decided once, and I respected that decision. That's the secret sauce. The absolute secret sauce. If you make a decision and you make it with your whole heart, you don't just kind of make a watered down decision. You say, I'm doing this. I have decided I'm going to do this. And you respect that decision. You don't have to fight that fight every time. You just do it. You just go, right? If you don't, if you think, well, I'll see how well I do today, you're never going to get there, okay? So no matter what your goal is, maybe your goal is to start your own business. Awesome goal. Are you deciding that you're going to run your own business? It's going to be on your terms and you're going to be really successful at it. You're going to make a lot of money. And then if you decide that once, boom, you have to decide that every day. Oh my gosh, no, that's too much work. That's too hard for your brain to do. You with me? Let's say you decide to find your soulmate. Hell or high water, I'm going to find that soulmate. I've made the decision to find my soulmate, right? Let's say you do that. Then you show up every day, putting that energy out there, looking, taking action steps towards it. You don't decide every day, do I feel like looking for my soulmate today? Okay? It's all about making that first decision. I'm making the decision that I want to manifest more money into my life. Great. Make the decision once. Don't show up and look for the opportunity every day. Like, I made the decision, so it's going to happen. I'm going to make it happen. All right. When you set goals, when I set goals in my business to perform a certain way or to get a certain amount of clients or to serve a certain amount of people, I set the goal and I don't set the how right there. I set the goal and then I create how steps. And when they work, woohoo! If they don't, then I put different ones in place because I'm not going, oh, that failed, who cares? I go, oh, gotta try different. Let's do another way to make that goal happen because I already decided I was going to make that happen. Understand? So make the decision and respect that decision. Set it. Make it with your whole heart and your whole soul and say, I'm doing that. And if you stick with it, even just a couple times, it'll feel differently because you'll have that respect and you'll know when you make one of those epic decisions, you can feel it all the way into your toes, you guys, when you do that. When you make that, you don't even worry about it anymore. You don't fight with your brain every time. Fear doesn't tell you to stand still because you already made the decision that you weren't going to. The universe will respond. Your angels will back you up. Amazing things will come in place to show you how to get there. You just have to make the decision. And that, my friends, that is the secret sauce. Go put that secret sauce on everything.